Hi, it's Divyajyoti Mahapatra. Welcome to my channel DJM Physics. So students, today's topic is use of calculus in physics, normally in elementary physics, or I am telling about class 11, class 12 physics. Remember that calculus is a very vast topic, okay, and it is very useful in physics, chemistry, any science topic you are studying, it is very useful in that, okay. And we cannot cover all the topics in calculus. You will learn about calculus in a descriptive matter or in a elaborated way in class 12 physics, but for now, without learning this simple tricks, you cannot understand physics, you cannot derive any many different derivations in physics. So first let me introduce some importance of calculus, then we will go to the formulas, okay. In the last class, it is somewhat connected in the last class part whatever you have learned. So let an object is moving in like this from this initial point to final point in 4 seconds, and let the distance was 10 meter, but it was not moving uniformly. In the first second it traveled 1 meter, in the second second it traveled 2 meter, so the total was 3 meter. In the third second it traveled 3 meter, another 3 meter, so the total is 6 meter, like that. And in the last 4th second it traveled 4 meter and the total was 10 meter, okay. And we know two formulas, like average speed, that we can find by delta s by delta t. In this case, if I will find the average speed, then I will get 10 meter divided by 4 second. Delta s means total change in distance, that is 10 meter, divided by delta t, total change in time, 4 second, that is 2.5 meter per second. But if someone asks me instantaneous speed means let the speed at exactly 2.5 second. What was the speed at 2.5 second? What is the speed at 3 second? Exactly at a particular instant. Then you can use this formula. This we have learned in the last class, that it is limit delta t tends to 0, delta s by delta t, or I can write it as ds by dt, which I can read as derivative of s with respect to t. Now let us come to this word particularly. What is this derivative? With an example, okay. Let it is given that s equal to 3t square plus 5t, where t is in second and s is in meter. What does that mean? It means the object is traveling with by obeying this formula. Means what is by obeying this formula mean? Let if you are putting t equal to 0 here, I am making a table of t and s, okay. If you are putting t equal to 0, then obviously you will get s equal to 0. Similarly, if you will put t equal to 1 here, it is 1 square, 3 into 1 square plus 5 into 1, you will get 8. What does this mean? 1 and 8. It means in 1 second it has travelled total 8 meter. Similarly, in 2 seconds, if you will put the value, you will find it has travelled total 22 meter. Similarly, in 3 seconds, it has crossed the mark of 42 meter, and like that, okay. So if someone is asking you what is the average speed of this total motion, then what you will do? Between 0 to 3 seconds complete motion, okay. Then V average will be change in time, change in distance divided by change in time. So change in distance is from 0 to 42 and change in time is from 0 to 3. So like this you will get 14 meter per second. This does not mean that throughout the motion the object was moving 14 meter per second. Let me prove it. If we will find the speed between this time, between 2 to 3 seconds, okay, then we have to do this, the speed between 2 to 3 seconds. In 2 it was at 22, in 3 seconds it was at 42, so it is 42 minus 22 divided by, it is actually 1, or I can write it as 3 minus 2, okay. So you will get it as 20 meter per second. So in between 2 to 3 seconds it was travelling with 20 meter per second. Similarly, if we will find the speed between 0 to 1 second, here between 0 to 1 second, we will find that it has travelled 8 meter in 1 second. So the speed was 8 meter per second. Similarly, if we will find the speed between 1 to 2 second, okay, it will come in 14 meter per second. It means the average is 14, but it does not mean that throughout the motion the object was moving at 14 meter per second. Between 0 to 1 second it was travelling at 8 meter per second. Between 2 to 3 it was travelling at 20 meter per second. Between 1 to 2 it was travelling at 40 meter per second. But the average is 14 meter per second. Means if it has to cover the same 42 meter in the same 3 seconds, then and with uniform speed, then it has to move with 14 meter per second. That is known as average speed. Now let us come to instantaneous speed. Okay, if someone will ask you what is the speed at exactly 1.5 second or exactly at 2 seconds. See, this speed is not at 2 seconds. This was the speed between 2 and 3 seconds. Similarly, this was the speed between 1 and 2 seconds. Average speed between 1 to 2 seconds, but not exactly at 2 seconds. Okay. Similar is someone is asking you what is the speed at exact 2 seconds, you tell me, or someone is asking you what is the speed at exact 1.5 seconds, you tell me. In that case, what you have to do? In the 1.5 second, you don't know even what is the distance traveled by the object. So in that case, we are going to use this formula. Okay. So I have to find the formula for V instantaneous, which I know as ds by dt. Okay. So I can write it as d by dt of s. What is s here? Is this? Okay. So I am writing here 3t square plus 5t. d by dt of s, or I can tell it as derivative of s with respect to t. It can be written like this, or in s, if you put the value, you will find like this. Okay. Now by using the formula, I am not telling the formula here. We will go to the formula. I was just telling you what is the importance. Okay. So by using the formula, I found that this thing, if you solve this thing, you will get it at 60 plus 5. Okay. So what is the V instantaneous formula? Is this meter per second. So I got the answer by using derivative. How, that I will tell you. Okay. Now once you find this answer, now if someone will ask you what is the speed at 2 seconds, not 1 to 2, between 1 to 2, you are asking, if someone is asking you what is the speed at 2 seconds, then what you have to do? Just put t equal to 2 here. So it is 6 into 2 plus 5. What is the answer? 17 meter per second. So it was at 17 meter per second at exactly 2 seconds. Or if someone is asking you what was the speed at 1.5 second, then what you have to put here? 1.5. So it is 6 into 1.5 plus 5. So it is 9. So it is 14 meter per second. Someone is asking you what is the speed at 0.5 second. Put here t equal to 0.5. 6 into 0.5 plus 5. It is equal to 8 meter per second. Okay. At any time you can find what is the speed at exactly 3 seconds. Okay. Exactly at 3 seconds. If you put 3 here, it will be 6 into 3 plus 5. So it will be 18 plus 5, that is 23 meter per second. Like that you can find the speed at that particular instant. It is the speed at 3 seconds. It was the speed between 0 to 3 seconds. That is the difference. And how we have found it? By using the derivative. Okay. V instantaneous equal to ds by dt. So we have to know how to solve this part. Okay. From here to here, how to come, that we will learn here. Okay. In this video, we will learn actually how to solve this derivative. Okay. Now again there is an important point. So if this equation is not given, can we find the instantaneous speed? No, not possible. Like in this case. In this case, there is no equation given. It is just asked what is the instantaneous speed at 3.5 seconds. Is it possible to find? No. Okay. So this formula is although true for all the cases, it is not possible to find this value all the time. When it can be found? When the expression of s is given in term of t, then only you can find ds by dt. Or I can tell, when you know how the s is going to change with respect to t. If t changes this much, then how the s will move, how the s will change. If you know that, then only you can use this, then only you can find this value of this derivative. Okay. So in real case, means like I am moving in an arbitrary road, I am moving, then I stopped at a shop, then I have seen my friend, I have talked for some time, then I moved with 100 km per hour, then after a 3 second I come to 50 km per hour, and like that. If I am arbitrarily moving and not by following any equation, or my motion cannot be written like, or cannot be converted into some kind of this formula or value of s in terms of t, then you cannot find the answer of this. Okay. So that is also an important point. This formula is although valid everywhere, we cannot find this answer every time until you find this type of a equation. Okay. Now let us go to the, this is only an example, this is not the only formula where you have to use the derivative. There are infinite number of formulas there where you can use the derivative. Okay. Now let us come to the formulas of derivative. Okay, before going to formula of derivative, let me tell you one more point. What is a function? Okay, if I am telling y is a function of x, what does this line mean in mathematics? Y is a function of x. It means the value of y changes when the value of x changes. Okay, for example, if I am writing y equal to 3x square plus 5, it means you can see that when x changes, y is obviously going to change. So I can tell y is a function of x, and how to write it? I can write it as y as a function of x. I can write it like this, y is a function of, not only this, y can be, if it is sin x. Obviously, if x value is pi by 2, y is going to be 1. If x value is 0, y is going to be 0. If x value is 30 degree, then it is going to be 1 by 2, like that. So, whenever it is told that y is a function of x, it means y depends on x. If the x value changes, then only the value of y is going to change. Okay. Now let us come to the formulas of derivative. Why I am telling only formulas? Because here it is beyond our syllabus or beyond our discussion that from where this formula came. Okay, you have to just remember the formula for now. Where it is came, how you can derive, that you will learn in 12th mathematics. Okay, so the first formula is d by dx of x to the power n equal to n into x to the power n minus 1. Again, let me tell you, don't ask me how I got it. How you got it, that you will learn in class 12 mathematics. For now, you have to just remember that if some x to the power n is given and you have to find the derivative with respect to x, then this formula. For example, we will understand it by some example. Example is, let it is given d by dx of x cube, x to the power 3. Then what is the n value here? X to the power n, here x to the power 3. So what is the n value? 3. So what is the answer is going to be 3 into x to the power 3 minus 1, or it is going to be 3x square. Okay, so derivative of x cube with respect to x is 3x square, or you can read it like d by dx of x3 is 3x square. Again remember, here d by dx does not mean d divided by d into x. It is not like that. Okay, it is not some d is a term and x is a term, and not like that. It is the symbol of derivative with respect to x. Okay, like plus, you are giving a symbol like this. Subtraction, you are giving a symbol like this. You can read it as just a symbol. Okay, and you are, what is this symbol represent? It is, you are doing the derivative of this with respect to this. Okay, and d by dx, this total is a way to represent the derivative function. Okay, or derivative operation. You are doing a operation of derivative, like you are writing 3 plus 5. What is this 5 here? 5 represents that you are doing the addition between 3 and 5. Similarly, this is just a way to represent. Okay. Now, for example, another example, if it is given s equal to t cube. Okay, find v. What is s? S is distance. Find v or speed, instantaneous speed. Then v instant, we know how much it is, ds by dt, or I can write it as d by dt of t cube. Okay, then it is going to be in this formula, n into x to the power n minus 1 means 3 into, here it is not x, here it is t, 3 into t to the power 3 minus 1, or I can write it as 3t square. Okay, so if somewhere it is given that s equal to t cube, on an object is moving by following this equation, then you can find its instantaneous speed, ds by dt. This also can be written as d by dt of s or d by dt of t cube. Okay, this means like this, d by dt of s. Okay, So s is t cube given, so it is I have written, and by using this formula I have found this answer. Okay. So what you have to do in all the formulas, you have to remember this formula. Not only just mock up this formula, you have to know how to use it. Okay, like this. So you have to practice one formula, remember that formula, and one example we are going to practice. Okay. So d by dx of x, d by dx of x, what is, how much it is going to be? See here, if it is x given mean it is, I can write it as d by dx of x to the power 1 also, but x to the power 1 means it is n x to the power n, so I can write it as 1 into or n into x to the power n minus 1, okay, which can be written as 1 into x to the power 0, but x to the anything to the power 0 is 1, so it is 1 into 1, or answer is 1. So here you have to remember this, because this much step you cannot do in exam. So you have to remember that d by dx of x, derivative of x with respect to x is going to be 1. Okay. Next formula is, if it is d by dx of a constant, okay, then it is always going to be 0. Okay. A constant means, for example, if it is given d by dx of 2, you can see this is a constant because it does not going to change with x. Okay, there is no x term here, so it is a complete constant. So in this case it is going to be 0. Similarly, if someone is asking d by dy of pi is again a constant, so it is going to be 0. Okay. So any constant derivative if you are going to do with respect to anything, with respect to y, with respect to z, with respect to t, then the answer is going to be constant. Okay. Now the next formula is, if you are doing a derivative of like this, a constant into another function of x, then the answer is going to be constant into d by dx of fx. Okay, let me just make it clear what I have written. So if somewhere it is given as a multiplication of a constant and a function of x, for example like this, if it is given d by dx of 3x square, okay, so here 3 is a constant and x square is a function of x. In that case, what you can do, you can take this constant outside, means here you can take this 3 outside, and the rest thing you can write like this, 3 by d by dx of x square. So it will be 3. Now this derivative we know how to do it, d by dx of x to the power n, so it is going to be n into x to the power n minus 1. Okay. So it is going to be 3 into 2 is 6, it is x to the power 1 or 6x. So its answer is going to be this 6x. Okay. Now the next, okay, let us take another example. If somewhere let it is given d by dy of 5y, okay, so in that case again 5 is a constant and y is a function of x, so I can write it as 5 into d by dy of y, but in the second formula we know that this answer is going to be 1, d by dx of x is 1, d by dy of y is 1, like that. So the answer is 5 into 1, so it is going to be 5. Okay. We will learn some derivative of some trigonometric functions, like d by, first way, d by dx of sin x, the answer is going to be cos x. Okay. Second way, d by dx of cos x, it is going to be minus sin x, remember minus sin x. Similarly, d by dx of tan x, it is going to be sec square x. Similarly, d by dx of cot x, it is going to be minus cosec square x. Fifth one, d by dx of sec x, it is going to be sec x into tan x. last one, d by dx of cosec x, it is minus cosec x into cot x. Okay. So, these are the formula. Again I am telling you, don't ask how you got it. How answer you will learn in only class 12 mathematics. Okay. Let us see some examples. Okay. So, first example is, let it is given d by d theta of 3 cos theta. Okay. So, you can see that cos theta, it is a function of theta, but 3 is a constant. So, as we know in previous formulas, 3 we can take out. So, it can be written as 3 into d by d theta of cos theta. Okay. But d by d theta of cos theta is given as minus sin theta. So, it is going to be 3 into minus sin theta, or you can write it as minus 3 sin theta. Okay. There are not much more example, because similar type of examples will only come, but you have to remember all these formula for derivative of trigonometric functions. Okay. Now, let us come to the next point. So, next formula is, if there is a function which is in addition form like this, d by dx of a function of x, okay, plus or minus another function of x. Okay. I will make you understand what is this written. Then you can do it like this, d by dx of f of x plus d by dx of plus or minus d by dx of g of x. Okay. So, let me first tell you what is this f x gx. F x, as I have told, it is a function of x, and if I will represent another function of x which is different from f x, then I can write it as gx, or it is another function of x, you can tell. So, for example, let us take an example. If it will be example, then it will be, this looks like difficult one, but when you understand this in terms of example, it is actually a very easy one. Like, if it is given d by dx of some x square plus x cube. Okay. So, you can see this is a function of x which depends upon x, obviously. This x cube is also a function of x, because obviously if x changes, x cube changes. Okay. So, this is a function of x, this is another function of x, and a addition is given there. Here I have written plus or minus, here also I have written plus or minus. It means when it is plus, the answer will be plus here, when it will be minus, there will be minus here. So, how to use it? If such type of terms are there, then you can do the derivative separately for each term. Means I can write it like this, d by dx of x square plus d by dx of x cube. This is written the first derivative of the first term plus derivative of the second term or second function. Then I can write it d by dx of x square. So, if I will use the formula x to the power n formula, so it will be n into x to the power n minus 1. Okay. Again here I have to use x to the power n formula, d by dx of x to the power n, it will be n into x to the power n minus 1. So, the answer is 2x plus 3x square. Is it clear how to use this? Let us take another example. Okay. Example 2. Let it is given that d by dt of 3 t square minus some sin t. Okay. So, again you can see this is a function of t, this also is a function of t. Okay. So, I can write it like d by dt of 3 t square minus d by dt of sin t. Okay. So, here 3 is a constant, you can take it out, d by dt of t square, use x to the power n formula, you will find it is 2t minus d by dt of sin t. D by dx of sin x is cos x, as I have told in the last formula. So, it will be equal to cos t. So, the answer is going to be 60 minus cos t. Okay. So, if it is plus, you have to do plus here, if it is minus, you have to do minus here. You do not have to mug up this formula. Okay. You have to just remember that if there are two terms or two functions of x is given and you have to do the derivative with respect to x, then you can do the derivative separately and then add or subtract whatever it may be. If it is add, you have to do, if it is addition, you have to do addition, if it is subtraction, you have to do subtraction. Do the derivative of each term individually and add them. Okay. Now, let us come to the next point. This is the next formula, d by dx of fx into gx. Here there is multiplication, and here you cannot tell that the answer will be derivative of fx into derivative of gx, not like that. This is the answer. First function means fx into derivative of the second function plus second function into derivative of the first function. Okay. Again it looks like difficult, so let us take an example to understand easily. Okay. Let there is an formula like or question like this, d by dx of 2x into sin x. Okay. Now you can see this is a function of x and this is also a function of x. Okay. So in this case, and they are multiplied. So in this case, I have assumed that this is fx and this is gx. So how to do the solution? First function, write the first function as it is, function of x means 2x as it is, into derivative of the second function means d by dx of sin x, plus second function as it is means sin x into d by dx of the first function means 2x. Okay. So here I can write it as 2x, here no derivative, only 2x into derivative of this sin x, that is going to be cos x, plus here again no derivative, only sin x into d by dx of 2x. If you will use this, 2 is a constant, you can take outside, into d by dx of x, that is 1. So this. So I can rearrange it to write like this, 2 can be taken out and here it will be x cos x plus sin x. So this is the answer. Okay. So this formula can also be written like this, in many books it is given like that, d by dx of u dot v, u is a function of x and v is a function. Remember that u and v are not numbers, they are some function of x. Okay. Like this if you are writing, it looks like very difficult one, that is why just to look it simpler we have written it like this. So u dot v, then you can write it as u into dv by dx means derivative of v with respect to x plus v into d by dx of u or du by dx. Okay. So let us take another example to understand it. Let somewhere it is given d by dt, or let us come to motion. Let it is given that if s equal to 2t into cos t, okay, or 2t square into cos t, where s is in meter and t is in second, then find the speed of the object at 2 seconds. At 2 seconds. I have already told at 2 seconds means it is asking about instantaneous speed, okay, not the average speed. So how to do it? First you have to find the instantaneous speed formula, and we know that v instantaneous equal to ds by dt. Is the question clear first? It is given that an object is moving in a motion in a straight line following this equation, s equal to 2t square dot cos t. Okay. You have to find the speed of the object at exactly 2 seconds. At 2 seconds means it is instantaneous speed. I have told that average speed cannot be found at a particular point. For finding out average speed, there should be 2 time mentioned. Find the average speed between 2 to 3 seconds, between 1 to 2 seconds, like that. But here it is asking about speed at 2 seconds, means it is instantaneous speed. So to do that, it will be d by dt of what? This s, or it will be 2t square into cos t. Okay. Now how to solve it? First function as it is into derivative of second function or u into dv by dt plus v or second function into derivative of first function. Okay. To solve it, you will get 2t square into d by dt of cos t, it is going to be minus sin t plus cos t into, it is going, you use the formula, constant you take out, then do the derivative, you will get here 4t. Okay. So, this is the formula. Now, how to find the value at 2 second? So, you have to find v2 velocity at 2 second. Now, what you have to do? Put t equal to 2 in the above equation. In the whole equation, put t equal to 2 and find the answer. Is it clear how to do it? Okay. This is just an example. If you will put 2, this question will be very difficult because sign of 2 you have to find out. But just for example, I was telling how to use this formula. Okay. Now, let us come to the next part. Now, we have what we have learned about multiplication. Now, what will happen if it is given as division? See, addition and subtraction was very easy. Then multiplication we got a different formula. Now, let us see what is happening in case of division. So, this is the next formula like this, or you can write it like this: d by dx of u by v, like here a function of theta divided by another function of theta, and you are doing the derivative with respect to theta. So, here also d by dx of u by v means u is a function of x and v is also a function of x, then you have to use this formula: v into du by dx minus u into dv by dx divided by v square. Means, let us solve this question. So, what is the formula? V means the second function. So, write the second function as it is into d by d theta of first function. You can see here d by dx of u means derivative of u with respect to this x. Okay. So, d by d theta of sin theta minus this total is a term, you have to subtract it, this term. Okay. U is sin theta here into derivative of 1 plus cos theta, okay, divided by v square means this total terms square. So, 1 plus cos theta whole square. Okay. So, I can write it like 1 plus cos theta whole into d by d theta of sin theta, that we know it is cos theta, okay, minus this term will be sin theta into d by d theta of 1 plus cos theta. How you can write it? D by d theta of 1, because you can see there is addition here. So, d by d theta of 1 plus d by d theta of cos theta. I am not writing it, I am just telling it how to do. This part how you have to do, you can write it like this: d by d theta of 1, you can use the formula 6 that we have used. If it is addition, you can do the derivative separately and then add them. So, if it is d by d theta of 1 plus d by d theta of cos theta. Okay. D by d theta of 1 is 0. So, it is 0 because it is a constant. D by dx of a constant is 0 plus d by d theta of cos theta, it is going to be minus sin theta. Okay. So, here sin theta into minus sin theta, okay, divided by 1 plus cos theta whole square. Be careful, you have to be bit careful while using the formula. Initially it will be very slow, also do not try to make it fast, okay, because initially it is very important to understand the steps. Once you understood the steps, then gradually this is going to be faster, okay, and you have to do that also, you have to make it fast, because these are very important steps. You cannot, these are like some addition and subtraction you are using in class 10, means they are very necessary and you have to make them very fast as you can do. Okay. So, practice them initially slowly and try to increase your speed, because no one is going to ask this directly in your exam. This is not a mathematics question. You are going to use such type of a thing in physics, okay, and this step will contain some half or 1 mark in that derivation or in that question. Okay. So, gradually increase your speeds whenever necessary. So, if I will solve it, it will be cos theta into 1, that is cos theta, plus From now on there is no derivative actually, derivative part is finished here, okay, in these two steps. Now just you have to use integration. Cos theta into 1 is cos theta, cos theta into cos theta it is cos square theta, minus and minus it will become plus, sin theta into sin theta it will be sin square theta, divided by 1 plus cos theta whole square. But here you can see cos square theta plus sin square theta, it will be going to be 1 cos theta. So it is, I can write it like this is 1 plus cos theta divided by it is going to be 1 plus cos theta whole square. So this and this will cancel out and it will 1 plus cos theta. So the answer is 1 by 1 plus cos theta. Okay, so that is the answer. Is it clear? So you have to remember this formula. Second term as it is into derivative of the first term with respect to the given term, that is x here, minus u into derivative of v with respect to x divided by this total term whatever is there, its square. Okay. Now let us come to a separate formula or a different formula, that is known as chain rule in derivative. Till now we have learned some formulas like this: d by dx of a function of x, or we can solve d by dy of a function of y. Okay, like this. Okay, means for example, let us understand it from example. D by dx of some x cube it is given, then you can solve it. Or if it is given d by dy of some y cube, then you can solve. But if somewhere the question is solve d by dx of y cube, means what is this? Here it is given d by dx of a function of y. See, here it is a function of y, not a function of x. Means you have to do the derivative of function of y with respect to x, not with respect to y, with respect to x. In these cases you cannot solve it directly. And remember, here y cube is not a constant also, you cannot take it outside also. So in this case you have to use chain rule. Okay. Though first let me define what is chain rule. Chain rule can be defined like this: if it is dy by dx, okay, I can write it like dy by du into du by dx. This is known as chain rule. If somewhere it is given as dy by dx, then you can write it as dy by du into du by dx. Again, let us understand it with example, because without that it looks like something very difficult thing. Okay. Now let us, for example, it is given d by dx of, okay, some u to the power n. Okay, d by dx of u to the power n. See, if it is d by dx of x to the power n, answer is simple, n into x to the power n minus 1. Okay. But here it is not x to the power n, what it is given d by, if it is d by du of, if it is like this, d by du of u to the power n, the answer is going to be n into u to the power n minus 1. Okay. But here it is something completely different, d by dx of u to the power n. So how to solve it? I can write it like this: d by du of u to the power n into du by dx. See, du, it is not actually du divided du multiplied, means it is not like du divided and du multiplied, but for now, for understanding, you can tell it du is divided and du is multiplied. But remember, it is not like divided and multiplied, it is something else. Its actual meaning, physical meaning is something else, but let us for now you can understand or you can remember it like it. Dy by dx it is given, I have divided a du and multiplied a du. So it is dy by du into du by dx. Okay. So here also it was given d by dx of a function, but this function is a function of u. So I have written here d by du of un into du by dx. So d by du of un, now it is in this form. So you can write it as n into u to the power n minus 1 into du by dx. So this is the answer. Is it clear? Now let us take some more realistic use. Okay, dy dx of sin kx. Okay, in the first look you may tell that the answer will be cos kx, but no. Let us see how to do it. Let assume that kx equal to y. Okay, what we have assumed, kx as y. So this can be written as dy dx of sin y. Okay, but this cannot be, if it is dy dx of sin x, the answer is cos x. But if it is dy dy of sin dy dy of sin y, the answer is cos y. But it is not neither. It is dy dx of sin y. So you have to use chain rule. So dy dy of sin y into dy by dx. So you can remember it as you have multiplied divided dy and multiplied dy here. Okay. So this answer is going to be dy of sin y is going to be cos y, and it is dy by dx. But this is not the final answer. Why? Because y was not given in the question. Question was this: we assumed y from ourselves, so we have to eliminate the y term from the last answer. So by putting these values here, what we will get? Cos in place of y, I can write it as kx into d by dx of y means d by dx of kx. So what is the answer is going to be? Cos kx into this answer is going to be, this I can write like this, d by dx of k, k is taken out and d by dx of x, a constant into x, so k is taken out and d by dx of x, so it is nothing but k into 1, because d by dx of x is 1, so it is nothing but answer is coming as k. So this answer is k. So what is the final answer? It is k into cos kx. Is it clear? So d by dx of sin kx is not cos kx, it is k into cos kx. Okay. Now let us go for another example where you can use this chain rule. But it is given dy dx of sin square x. Okay. So here again let us assume sin x equal to y. Okay, another way is there to solve it. You can write it as sin x into sin x and then put multiplication uv formula, a into dv by dx plus b into dv by dx. But let us solve it like this way. If you put sin x equal to y and you put it here, then what you will get? D by dx of y square, sin x whole square, sin x whole square means y square. But again you cannot do it because it is x here and y here. So you can write it as, by using chain rule, you can write it as d by dy of y square into dy by dx. dy dy of y square, put x to the power n formula, it will be 2 into y, n into y to the power n minus 1 means 2 minus 1, that is 1, so it is 2y into dy by dx. But again it is not the final answer because there was no y in the question. So put these values of y here. So it is 2 into y means sin x. So it is 2 sin x into d by dx of y means d by dx of sin x. Okay. So you can write it as 2 sin x into this part is cos x. So 2 into sin x into cos x. Again this is, up to here it is derivative, but this is the formula of sin 2x. This is trigonometry. I am not using derivative. This is trigonometry. So this is how you have to. So d by dx of sin square x will be equal to 2 into sin x into cos x. Is it clear? But in exam, this much long steps we cannot follow, because I have already told that these are some small step in physics derivation. So you cannot take this much longer way. Like in class 10, if someone is asking you 5 plus 6, you are not going to use your hand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1, 2 like that. Okay, like this. If you are going to use derivative and integration in your class 11, 12, you cannot use this much steps. These are the methods or these are the concepts, but let us tell you one shortcut how to use it. Okay, so this one, okay, in these cases you can write it in one step. First you assume that d by, it is given as d by dkx of sin kx. Then in that case what will be the answer? Means you assume that whatever given here, the same thing is given here also. D by dy of sin y or d by dkx of sin kx, like that. First you assume. So what will be the answer you should write? It will be cos kx. Okay. Then multiply that with the derivative of this with respect to the given one. Means d by dx of kx. But d by dx of kx will be k. So this is the answer. Let us solve another question using this shortcut. D by d theta of sec theta square. Okay. So in that case what I have told? Assume it as d by dy of sec y, or you assume it as d by d theta square of sec theta square. Okay. Which formula you have to use? D by dx of sec x. What was the answer? It was sec x into tan x. These are the basic formula. Okay. So here if you write that, so what will be the answer? It will be sec theta square into tan theta square. This is not the complete answer. If you assume that here also d theta square is there, or d by dx of sec x, then the answer is going to be this, sec x into tan x. Okay. Then you have to multiply with d by d theta of this term, whatever it is actually given. D by d theta of only this term, theta square. So what will be that? 2 theta. Is it clear? So the answer is this, 2 theta into sec theta square into tan theta square. Is it clear? So remember that calculus is not going to be means you are not going to be perfect in calculus in one day. You have to solve many more examples, and while gradually you will come across derivatives and all that, integration and all calculus in your real chapter, then it will be gradually you can understand the applications and the formula are going to be remembered. Now there is something called higher order derivative, means second derivative or third derivative. If it is given like that, then how to solve? Let us come to that one. So here we will learn about double derivative. What do you mean by that? If let a question is given x equal to this much, 3t square minus 5t plus 6, and it is asked to find d square x by dt square. Now d square x by dt square does not mean dx by dt whole square, or it does not mean d square into x divided by d into t square. None of them. Both of them are wrong. Okay. Then what is the meaning of this? This means d by dt of dx by dt. Means first do the derivative once and again do the derivative of that answer. Whatever you got from this answer dx by dt, you do the derivative once again for that answer. Okay. This represent is this, or you can tell this definition is this. Okay. I can write this definition of double derivative like this: d square y by dx square means this defines as, or you can tell it that like that, d by dx of dy by dx, means do the derivative twice. Let us solve this question. So if x equal to this much, it is given 3t square minus 5t plus 6. Okay. Then dx by dt will be equal to how much? d by dt of x, means this much, 3t square minus 5t plus 6. Okay. Now use your formulas that we learned previously. There are 3 terms, so first you can write all of them separately. D by dt of 3t square minus d by dt of 5t plus d by dt of 6. Okay. Here 3 is constant, you can take out. D by dt of t square, you will get 2t, minus 5, you can take it out. D by dt of t is 1, plus d by dt of a constant is 0. You have used all the formula that we learned previously. Okay, so it is going to be 60 minus 5. This is what you got is dx by dt. Okay, now what we have to find? We have to find d square x by dt square. What does that mean? That means d by dt of dx by dt. So what you have to do? D by dt of this answer. What is this answer? Dx by dt is this one. So d by dt of 60 minus 5. Again, you can write it like this: d by dt of 60 minus d by dt of 5, or it will be here 6 is taken out, d by dt of t is 1 minus d by dt of a constant is 0, so answer is 6. So this is the answer of d square x by dt square. Is it clear? So double derivative or this symbol does not means dy by dx whole square or something like this. It means this double derivative. First do once derivative of y with respect to x, then the answer has to be again derivative with respect to x. Okay, you can check here also. If this is asked, if this was the meaning, then it is different thing. Why? Dx by dt whole square means 60 minus 5 whole square. So that will be not 6. 60 minus 5 whole square, you have to use a minus b whole square formula. The answer is going to be completely different. Okay. So what we learned today is all the basic formulas of derivative. But again, let me remind you that a derivative or calculus is not a topic which you will expertise in one day. You need much more practice, and it is also very important because you go through your physics book if you have, and check in every 2 or 3 pages you will find the use of derivative or integration everywhere. It is not only in physics, in higher chemistry also this is going to be useful. Okay, so continuously use them. Okay, remember the formulas, and try to be speed up. Okay, because these are like kind of addition and subtractions in class 10. Okay, so without using the addition subtraction you cannot even pass in physics or in mathematics in class 10. Exactly similarly, if you are not able to do this derivative and integrations quickly, then it is even very difficult to pass in physics and mathematics and to understand the concepts of physics. Okay, so thank you. In the next class we will learn the next part of calculus, that is integration. Thank you.